So, sup, you Chucklefuss? It's your boy Dark Argu here with What If Issei Was a Menace? Was a menace? Was trained by a menace. Part 5. So, yeah. So, I was going to make part 4 of What If Issei was the vessel of the Elite Stern Raiders. I instead said screw it and said this one. So, yeah, I said just fuck it. I was going to do this one anyway. But other than that, let me begin into this what if. Let me shut the fuck up and let me begin. So no recaps, no nothing, because it hasn't been 1 month. Other than that, I know I haven't really been uploading my second channel too much. I've been trying to upload my first channel. But other than that, let me begin. Let me shut the fuck up and let me start. So let me start into this what if now. Mostly we go into, Issei. Issei is right now going towards the bounty hunter kind of tab. This is where, he kind of goes up to that guy, and this is where, the guy would kind of like Bernie, a mustache growing. This is where, the guy kind of turns around and says, huh? You're back. What, did you find some kind of assassin trying to kill you? And then yep. This is where Issei put a head on top of the, mostly counter. The guy looks over and says, freed. Free Celsius. Not gonna lie, this guy has a huge ass bounty. Huh? The reason why he has a huge ass bounty is because he kills multiple politics, families, children, politics entirely, and mostly other people who are considered to be nobles somewhere in our society. I don't really care too much about it. But the guy has a huge ass bounty from each of those parents, family members, whatever. Putting a huge ass kind of reward on him. There's also has been assassins going after him. Toji hasn't really went after him because, he doesn't know where the fucker's at. But it looks like you found him and you killed him. Well, you're going to probably get calls from multiple people. So yeah, I'm gonna put him already as dead since you killed him, and I'm going to put your name on there that you killed him already. Issei said, I see. Issei Fujigoro. Wait, why did he put my last name Fujigoro? Why do you think else? So no other assassin can think of you being a weakling. Besides, if I put Hyodo on there, you realize people are just going to ignore you and think you're not really much of a threat. If they think you're Toji's like child, then mostly a lot of people will think of you as a threat now. I see. Don't worry. When you get older, you should probably change it towards whatever. Issei said, okay. So, when would I get the money? Whenever you get multiple calls, you should also put the bank account. Or, I think I'm going to get the multiple calls. God damn it. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with the multiple calls. Do you not know how many fucking families there are? How many? 60. 60 families entirely. I think there's a couple more. I can't remember. I think those other couple more, are just girlfriends, husbands. I don't fucking know, bro. What the hell? So I'm gonna get multiple calls trying to prove if Free Sales is fucking dead. I'm gonna have to take a picture multiple fucking times. Can't you just send the same picture? No, I gotta send a different picture so it can actually look like the real fucking thing. Or I'm gonna have to send videos and other shit. You know how fucking boring this shit is. He says, good luck, man. You know my already bank information. See ya. This is where, the guy said, fuck off. This is where, before Issei can go, this is where Issei said, right, I forgot. Do you know how much this sells for? This is where Issei stabs the kind of Excalibur into the ground. The guy said, come on. Don't fucking, goddamn it, don't cut my fucking ground. Don't stab it with the sword. This is where, Issei says, but for real, do you know how much this thing sells for? The golden blade, I have no fucking clue. If you want me to go on a basic material list of what it's made out of, it kind of looks like gold. So it probably is worth a lot. This is an Excalibur. Oh, wait, what? This is where the guy seems to be shocked, dumbfounded, and says, what the fuck? When the hell did he... Well, then again, this motherfucker was a priest or some kind of crazy bastard. So not gonna lie, if he managed to get an Excalibur just one way, I would suggest just sell that bitch. You truly don't want the fucking, the whole church on your ass. So I just suggest you sell that. Unless you want to talk to Toji about what to do with that weapon. But I would just suggest to sell it because the church is always on someone's ass half the fucking time. They didn't even deal with mostly Freed here because, well, they pretty much just let him run around. They didn't deal with him sooner. They didn't even deal with Vapor or whatever the guy's fucking name is. And that guy has also been troublesome. That motherfucker been fucking annoying. And then there's fucking other things that they don't deal with. Like the devils. Really? I fucking hate the whole angel society. Like, truly, they don't do shit. Because the church and the angel faction are two different things, kind of. And they don't do jack shit. That's where, well, Issei Special says, dude, why are you ranting about this upon me? Well, you're the one who has the Excalibur. I'm just suggesting you sell that shit. Just like, get a couple bucks or whatever, how much you will get it, and just fucking go. Like, not to deal with the church. It's already annoying. Weren't you used to be a devil or something? I did, but then I got rid of those damn pieces. Fair. Well, I don't know what you're doing to do with that blade, but don't stab my ground again. God damn it. Toji does this before, and I don't want you to do the exact same fucking thing. Sheesh. Fine. He picks up the blade and right now puts it on his back. Well, see you then. Don't worry, the bank, well, your bank might get full and I might have to make other bank accounts. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of money for you. I would suggest you can go on a vacation or something. But probably, knowing you, you're probably going to do the exact same thing like Toji. Go gamble. This is where, well, Issei says, I'm not fully like Toji. God damn it, stop mistaking me for Toji. This is where the guy chuckles and just kind of just chuckles and just kind of goes back to doing his report on free sales for being dead. But yeah, this is where, well, we go into a time skip later on. Issei is right now his house chilling. This is where, well, mostly he did try to call Toji and Toji didn't answer, so of course he got to call the next day. But yeah, wait. So while mostly that was happening, this worked well. Issei did get the call from Toji, and Toji says, "What do you want, brat?" This work well. Mostly Issei said, "Oh, I want to know what do I do with the sword? What sword? It's an Excalibur. Excalibur? Why the hell do you have an Excalibur?" Well, let me guess. You found an exorcist that had an Excalibur and you killed him because he thought it was going to be valuable, which it is. Don't get me wrong. But dealing with the church is the most painful and annoying fucking thing you can do. So I suggest just get rid of that shit. Just sell it off. Really? You're not the first person to tell me to just get rid of it and sell it off. Really? Who else? It was what's it called? The Bounty Hunter tab. Mostly I don't remember really what to call him. So I'm just gonna call him Bounty Hunter tab. This is where Toji says, what? Who the hell did he kill to get it? Free sir, sell this. I see. Son of a bitch, I was wanting to get that bounty. Damn it. And you got it pretty easily? What the fuck? Does he underestimate you or what? Yes. Fuck, Toji says on the other side. You little shit, you better share some of that money with me. Nope. This is where Toji says, you little shit. This is where, well, he says, no, my money. This is where Toji says, give me the money, you little shit. This is where he says, no. Now, if you don't mind me, I gotta know what to do with the sword. Sell it off somewhere. Where should I do that? Should I just pawn it off? What, you just gonna go to a pawn shop and just pawn that shit off? Yeah. I'm actually gonna be laughing if that's actually happening. If you do that, just give us saying that's a fake sword, and when the exorcist kind of show up to that location, it's just gonna be hilarious. Wondering who the fuck just pawned this shit off. This is where we almost see Issei chuckles and says, that is true. This is where, well, Issei was going to walk out of his house because his parents were not there that much. They were actually at the store, and this is where, well, Issei hangs up the phone and was going to the pawn shop. Until he bumped into these girls that were kind of, well, mostly, he did kind of bump into them a while ago. And it was actually, what's it called, the Exorcist. This is where the Exorcist kind of noticed Issei with an Excalibur. And this is where, well, they see him kind of just strolling by them. He didn't really bump into them this time. He just strolled by them. One of them kind of says, is that an Excalibur? This is where, well, another girl with bluish hair, she says, yes, it is. He must be an enemy. This is where, well, the orange hair girl, who's actually known as Irina, kind of says, wait, don't kill my friend, don't kill my friend. Maybe he doesn't know what it is entirely. This is where, well, the blue hair girl says, fine. She grabs her sword and put it back down. That's where, well, they're kind of following Issei. Issei knows about mostly the exorcists already fighting, following him. This is where, well, he grins, a malicious grin. He goes to the pawn shop, pawn that shit off. This is where he gets some couple of dollars, like at least $50 pocket change right there. And this is where, well, Issei just walks away after that. This is where, well, everyone realized that fucking Issei just pawned that shit for some money. This is where, well, mostly Irina said, okay, he's not the enemy. He just needed money, I guess. This is where, well, mostly they smack their heads, mostly in the foreheads, and kind of says, Irina, God damn it, we love you, but God, you can be an idiot half the time. He probably did that on purpose. No. My friend doesn't even know about the supernatural. This is where, well, mostly Issei did appear next to them and says, so what are we talking about? This is where, well, mostly one of the girls says, oh, we're talking about mostly about the fact that Irina's friend right now kind of pawned some expensive Excalibur sword, golden kind of flashy thing, towards a pawn shop. Which is funny. This is where, well, the girl with kind of like short blonde hair says, and of course goldenish eyes, but yeah. This is where Issei chuckles and says, that is funny. This is where, well, mostly they're talking a little bit. Of course, they didn't even turn around to each other. Or mostly she did not turn around to see Issei at all. And this is where the other girls are saying, why do we hear a male voice? And why this was a cop? Anise seems to be kind of laughing a little bit. They turn around to see Anise. Anise kind of turns around to right now see Issei. Issei says, yo, what's good? This is where all of them point their guns and weapons at mostly Issei. And Issei says, whoa, what the fuck? Why are you guys just pointing weapons at me? Sheesh. Can a guy have a little fun with this beautiful kind of blondish hair girl? This is where Issei wrapped his arm around most of the blondish hair girl, being named Anise. Anise blushed instantly. She said, yeah. This is where, well, mostly Irina gets jealous just seeing how mostly her childhood friend is acting. This is where, well, mostly Irina said, Issei. This is where she has her sword at. She then points at Issei and says, where's the Excalibur? Excalibur? This is where, well, the blue hair says, don't play dumb. This is where, well, Issei kind of smirks and says, ooh, you're the smart one, aren't you? What? This is where Irina goes, huh? This is where Zenobia kind of blushes after seeing the smile of Issei. It's kind of creepy, but it actually looks kind of good on him. This is where, well, mostly Zenobia says, whatever. What do you mean I'm the smart one? Yes, I pawned that sword off just to kind of piss you guys off. But other than that, I only did it because, well, I really didn't need the money. I could have sold it in the black market. But you saw me just pawn that shit off. You can buy it off over them or just steal it. Doesn't matter. This is why Irina says, we would never steal it. That's bad. God has told us never to steal. This is where, well, Issa says, well, you can tell your Lord and God that you need an Excalibur. And there's one way to only get it. Steal it or buy it. Which I'm going to say one thing. Pawn stores, they're going to rip the shit off. But, hey, it's not my problem no more. This is where, well, he takes a let's go of mostly Anise kind of ways. Anise was now blushing. Of course, she went back to her kind of friend group. This is where she's next to one of her friends. Not Zenobia or Irina, but just next to someone. This is where, well, mostly the girl with kind of like pale, well, not pale, she's kind of a darker blonde hair. Of course, this is where, well, she has these kind of reddish eyes and kind of narrow her eyes at mostly Issei. Says, why did you do something like that? Issei says, because it's fun to see how the exorcists deal with that. Besides, it's not my fault. The exorcist really name of what was this goddamn name? Freed? No, Freed. Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, Freed Zelzits kind of decided to attack me last night. Had to kill the bastard. But other than that, I'm not gonna lie, you guys don't do jack shit, do you? This is where, well, mostly both Zenobia and Irina were eyes after hearing Freed Zelzits was killed. This is where, well, mostly he was kind of an elite kind of exorcist, and one of the most annoying ones to actually get because, well, he keeps running away and other things, but he was killed. This is where Irina says, how did you kill him? This is where, well, she was a little nervous kind of to ask because if Issei does show that he has demonic powers, then it will be kind of a game over thing for now. Well, not now, mostly she will have to kill him. Issei says, oh, of course, you actually wonder how to kill him. Well, I didn't use any magic mumbo bumbo whatever bullcrap that is. I just use this. Issei pulled out literally a gun and also a sword. And this is where, well, I use a sword and a gun to kill him. It seems easy enough. You just shoot him a couple times, make sure that he won't be able to run away, shoot his kneecaps out, and then kind of use the sword to decapitate him. Pretty easy, don't you think? But all of them just widen their eyes. Of course, they're happy that Issei doesn't have demonic power, which he's not a devil. He's just a regular-ass assassin, which you realize that's pretty fast. The blonde-haired girl right now seems to be squirming a little bit more around. We'll see her friend, and that's where we'll see. She then kind of appear back into mostly Issei's view and has stars in her eyes and says, "Whoa, so you're an assassin?" This is where Issei says, "Yeah, beautiful. I am an assassin." This is where the blonde-haired girl kind of blushes and says, "Well, So of course this is where, well, while that was happening, this is where, well, we go into Issei. Well, Issei and mostly, well, the other exorcists, they're sitting down right now at a cafe, kind of wondering if they should kind of have this mercenary right in front of them. This is where, well, right now Irina says, "Okay, Issei, can you please get the Excalibur?" This is where Issei says, "Sure." This is where Issei pulls that out from a, like, worm little thing. And this is where, well, Irina says, "Wait, I thought you just said you sell it." I was joking about that. I just wanted to make a deal with you guys. This is where, well, mostly Irina goes, wait, can you not just, like, give it to us in the name of God? Pretty much, I'm not very much of a believer in the whole Christianity and other things, so, no. So, I'd rather make a deal. This is where, well, mostly Irina says, "What's that deal?" He looks over at all 5 girls. There is another one, but this girl is kind of having bluish hair, and she looks away. She looks to be quite tsundere. The blondish hair with short hair is kind of just having stars in her eyes. The girl with kind of like palish, somewhat blondish hair, a little bit dark, but not the point, has mostly, what's it called, reddish eyes. It's just narrowing her eyes at mostly Issei. The bluish hair girl is just narrowing her eyes also at Issei, while Irina is looking confused. That's where, well, Issei grins and says, "How about this? I'll give you the Excalibur for her." This is where, well, Issei points at the girl with star eyes. "Huh? Me? What do you mean, me? You go on a date with me?" This is where, well, her face becomes all red, and this is where, well, she blushes and looks away. This is where, well, we'll see, she was just shocked to believe that Issei is that bold to kind of just ask for that. This is where Irina goes, Her face is almost entirely orange. Well, not orange, mostly reddish color. Just a pinkish color, just because about the fact that Issei asked one of her friends, her good friends, to kind of go out on a date. But yeah. This is where, well, we'll see. Irina says, "No, we're not letting that happen." This is where Zenobia says, "A date? What is that?" This is where Zenobia was confused. The girl with reddish eyes kind of just narrow her eyes and kind of thinks, "What is a date?" This is where both of them look kind of confused. This is where, well, we'll see. Annie seems to be flustered as hell to actually expect that mostly Issei will ask her out. And then there's, well, the bluish hair girl who just looks to be scoffing a little bit. Issei says, "Also, I want her to go on that same date on me." Well, mostly me and Anise. This is where, well, the bluish hair right now blushes and looks away. She's just acting tsundere. This is where, well, mostly Issei grins. This is where, well, right now Irina says, no, you can keep the Excalibur." This is where, well, Zenobia says, "I don't know what this date is, so I will agree to it." Right now, the other girl who's named Rappy kind of says, "I don't know neither. I might, wait." This is where, well, we go into mostly, well, Annie's kind of somewhat agreeing, but agreeing that she kind of goes on this date also. This is where Zenobia also wanted to go on this date because she wants to kind of know what this experience is. It doesn't seem to be anything bad entirely. And this is where, well, we'll see. Irina says, "Okay, we will agree on this if I also go on it." Issei sweatshops. He wasn't expecting to get, well, a deal of 5 girls in one date. He was just expecting them to kind of agree with it, or not even agree with it, mostly bargain something else. But clearly he just got a date. Well, almost 5 very cute girls, and at the same time hot as hell. But this is where, well, Issei wasn't really complaining. But if his sensei managed to see this, his sensei would probably be whatever. Yeah, very much a womanizer, but not the point. This is where, well, mostly Issei swats up and says, great. Issei gives a sword towards Irina. Irina holds onto it and smiles. with a very sinister smile on her face that looks kind of jealous and angry, which she is very jealous. She actually wanted to go on a date with Issei by herself and Issei together, not all these other girls, which she's angry but sad and happy at the same time. Well, we go into a time skip of, well, mostly this date actually happening. Now, they aren't wearing fancy ass clothes, they're just wearing kind of their mostly some of them are wearing their exorcist outfit, while Issei is, mostly their cloaks entirely, while Issei is just wearing his, like, casual outfit that kind of looks like Toji, but yeah. Or, well, not Toji, kind of just looks like this. Let me show you. So right now, he's wearing something like this, like a black coat that kind of has, well, it's not red or red boots, it's kind of like a dark kind of green color that he has, but yeah. Well, never mind, it is red too. Oh, fuck it, just let's go on with that color. But this is where, well, Issei is walking with the girls, and of course, where, well, they're kind of, well, mostly Anise is holding onto his right arm, while, well, Irina is holding onto his left arm. She was kind of upset that she couldn't really hold on to the right, because Anise took it up really fast, while mostly Anise kind of has mostly Issei's hand into her chest. Irina is trying to do the exact same thing, which Issei, he's not really flustered or blushing, he just seems, whatever. But of course, well, the other girls mostly just looks at this confusedly. This is where, well, the bluish hair is just kind of acting tsundere and just kind of being in front while walking, but yeah. But of course, Issei can notice that she's clearly trying to do something. This is where, well, he just doesn't know exactly what it is. This is where, well, the other two, mostly Rappy and Zenobia, are trying to figure out what this day entirely is. This is where, well, we go into a time skip of mostly, well, getting to, like, a food kind of place. There, where they sell food, like burgers or something. This is where, well, or not burgers, like a restaurant, and this is where, well, it's only, well, they go inside, and of course the person says, how many? A 5 seat. This is where, well, mostly before you can even say 5, the blue hair girl says 4 seat. This is where the person says, sure. That's where he kind of brings a place where they can sit, like all 4 of them. Well, there's supposed to be 5, and Issei was confused and why the blue hair girl says only a kind of 4-seater. This is where, well, mostly when Issei sits down, right now Anise was like right next to him, right now taking the right chair, while on the left chair, well, there was no left chair, while the 2 in front was actually sat by, well, Rappy and Irina glaring at mostly, well, Anise, and the blue hair girl sitting on Issei's lap, which was confusing and making all the other girls wind their eyes. This is where, well, mostly Issei said, what are you? This is where, well, right now, or, wait. Well, it was actually supposed to be kind of like, well, 6 seats, but yeah, since there's actually 5 people. But this is where, well, Zenobia kind of just, sat on the other side of Issei's lap. This is where Issei was shocked. Issei said, what are you 2 doing? This is where, well, the blue hair girl with kind of light blue hair kind of says, I kind of like this seat. I'm gonna take it. This is where, Issei just flustered and annoyed. The fact that this girl, who does this girl think, but whatever. This is where, well, right now the person kind of walks in, mostly like the waiter or whatever, the one that takes the orders, kind of sends a jealous look towards Issei, because, well, my man has about 5 girls in total with him. 2 of them are sitting on his lap, while mostly the others are kind of just sending jealous looks. This guy is basically wanting to have a dream like that. Issei glares at him and just tells him to fuck off, but yeah. But of course, well, the person just kind of gets the orders from the 5 lovely girls, and takes a while with Issei. Issei said, if you don't get my order, I might have to kill you. This is where the guy said, okay. This is where, well, Issei kind of get his order finished, and this is where, well, he is going to have to ask for more chairs. So of course, one of the waiters was walking by, kind of giving him the soda, water, whatever, and this is where, well, mostly Issei says, can you get 2 more chairs? This is where the person is a female, and she nodded. Of course, she looks at Issei's mostly handsome face, and blushes and kind of just nodded. This is where, well, mostly the blue hair girl and even Zenobia were confused, until the waiter brings the chairs and just puts them in the other sides of the table, but yeah. This is where, well, he kind of put Zenobia in one of the chairs and told the blue hair girl to get off of him. This is where, well, the blue hair girl kind of just glares at Issei, realizing that Issei kind of outsmarted her, and this is where, well, Issei says, you're gonna get off me or what? This is where she smiles and says, no, I like this chair a lot. Maybe I should sit right in the middle. This is where, well, she kind of put her kind of rear on top of Issei's kind of crotch, and this is where Issei says, "You're really, really starting to annoy me. You know that?" Issei said towards mostly the blue hair girl. The blue hair girl says, how can I be annoying? I'm someone so noble while you're someone to just be sitting on." This is where Issei says, "God, you're actually starting to piss me off. I hate royalty and noble like people like you." That's where she says, "And what you're going to do about it?" Issei kind of just like, well, pushes her off. Truly just pushes her off. This is where, well, he says, "Get off me, then." This is where, well, he said, "I'm going to do that. That's what I'm going to do." This is where she glares at him, and of course went to sit down angrily, but Anise was kind of laughing at this. This is where, well, Issa says, "Whatever." The person brings the order, the waiter, of course, he put the food down for the girls first, and then puts the food down for Issei after a while. Issei says, "You know, waiter, you're starting to piss me off. I might kill you later." This is where he says, "Oh, really? You're gonna threaten me?" I'm like, Issei says, "Threaten you, bitch? It's a promise. You're gonna be seeing me in your fucking car later, but don't worry, I'm gonna murder your ass." This is where, well, the person gets shivers down his spine and says, yes, sir." This is where, well, the guy just gets scared and runs away, but yeah. He says, scoff and says, "Annoying bastard." But we go into mostly a time script of them all eating. This is where, well, mostly some of the girls were quite hungry, and of course, they really haven't ate for a while, but yeah. Issei sweats up and says, "So, what is the problem with you guys just eating a lot?" This is where, well, Zenobia, Rappy, Anise, and even what's it called, a bluish hair girl named, well, so her name is privately, and this where, well, mostly, she is kind of just, well, mostly just seeing this whole thing, just kind of looking at mostly, well, once again, shit, wait. Well, yeah, just looking at this, and this where, well, mostly, well, Issei just sweat drops and says, "Whatever." Well, mostly glares at, yeah, mostly Irina, and this is where, well, Irina says, "Well, I might have spent all our money on this picture that," this is where, well, Zenobia says, "She spent the picture thinking it's a Christian holy person, blah, blah, blah." It wasn't, it was someone else, and yeah. That's where Issei sweats up and says, "Yeah, I realize mostly Irina's really bad with money. Even when we were children, she sucked at usually buying anything. With her goodness of her heart, mostly she got scammed so many times." Issei kind of said. That's why Irina says, "Don't tell them the embarrassing story. No, please. Issei, stop this. I'll do anything, please." Issei says, "Anything?" "Yes." "Then let me tell the story." This is where, well, Irina says, "No, no, 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 stop it." This is where, well, she runs over and kind of just, well, stops Issei by putting her hair right in front of his mouth to stop him. This is where, well, Issei says, "Pah. Irina, stop putting your hair in front of me. God damn it." This is where, well, mostly Irina says, "No." Well, mostly she says, "Fine, but don't tell them the embarrassing story, please." This is where, well, she's kind of acting like a little child and crying. This is where, well, having tears about to drop her from her eyes. And this is where Issei says, "Cute, but not the point." Issei said, "So about the story." This is where Irina says, "No, stop it." Issei says, "You can't stop what needs to be told, Irina. Besides, you're really bad with money, and this should give you a lesson to be learned." This is where, well, Irina says, "If you won't stop, then I will have to do something drastic." "And what's that?" This is where, well, Irina kind of just like looks around, looking and seeing that there's really no one. And this is where, well, Irina kind of just put her legs mostly around Issei, and this is where, well, she leaned her face in closer. This is where, well, Anise knew what exactly Irina was trying to do, and didn't want to let, well, Irina get mostly one up her. So of course, grabbing, well, mostly Irina from the back and kind of pulling her from mostly letting go of Issei, and says, "Okay, you should tell the story," by throwing her back towards her chair. And this is where, well, Irina falls down the chair and breaks and says, "Ow, you." This is where Issei swears up and just says, "So about the story." Irina says, "No, don't tell them about the story." This is where, well, Zenobia didn't manage to grab Irina's arm, so mostly she will stop trying to stop the storytelling. He says, so he says, tell them about mostly what happened when they were children. This is where, well, he explains about mostly them going to get mostly like this ice cream. Of course, this is where Irina kind of heard about the ice cream machine, and that's where, well, she thought the ice cream machine was going to be automatic and kind of summoning ice cream out of, well, it's a machine. And they get scammed because, well, they need ice and other stuff and other materials. They literally spent over $300 on it. And that's where, well, Issei sweat drops because, well, he rather would have like to just get ice cream instead of spending that much money. This is where, well, Irina was kind of embarrassed and right now sitting in her chair, which is kind of broken, and just crying a little bit. Right now having her hood on top and just kind of crying. This is where, well, the girls started kind of laughing, kind of hearing about Irina's embarrassing story about money. But yeah, this is where, well, we'll see Issei smiles and says, well, we should probably get going because we did kind of broke some stuff. Right, Irina? Irina says, shut up already. This is where, well, he says, sheesh, I thought for being the, what's it called, girl or god or whatever person you are, like an exorcist, I thought you'd be nicer. This is where Irina just stomps up to Issei and says, shut up. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, and what are you going to do about it, midget? This is where, well, Issei is quite taller than literally Irina. Irina goes, This is where she glares at Issei. Issei grins. This is where, well, she gets so angry she grabs Issei from the collar and kisses him. This is where Annie's wiping her eyes and right now glares at Irina. This is where, well, Irina was kind of just shocked what she just did and just said, I'm so sorry about that, Issei. Issei said, wow, I didn't know you were that aggressive. Not gonna lie, I'm probably falling for you, Irina. Irina's face becomes almost entirely red, and this is where Issei knows how to tease girls entirely. Now, he doesn't really mind his first kiss being an exorcist, because truly, it's just a childhood friend. This is where, well, Issei says, well, whatever. We should probably be going then. This is where, well, they start kind of walking away. Of course, they go on with the rest of their kind of dates. It's just going to the arcade and other stuff, but yeah. But of course, with that happening, Issei says, well, it was nice just having a date with 5 lovely girls. Now, of course, he might have accidentally kissed him throughout the day. Mostly in the arcade, Anise was so angry, jealous, and right now frustrated that she can't get that kiss out of her head. So, of course, she did the exact same thing for mostly Issei. But not punching him in the stomach, just kind of grabbing him so fast, just twirling him around real fast and just kissing him. Which mostly Issei didn't really mind. Of course, this is where he grabbed mostly Annie's waist and kind of pulled her closer when doing it. But this is where, well, we go into mostly the other girls kind of getting jealous about this. Especially the blue hair girl, which is Sunday. This is where, well, she kind of did the exact same thing. Well, a little bit more trickier and a more kind of seductive way a little bit. But yeah, she was trying to get mostly Issei in bed entirely. Which Issei knew what exactly she was trying to do, which that didn't happen. But yeah, Rappy and Denobit didn't know what to exactly do, but of course they just took turns by kind of pushing him a little to the wall and trying to forcibly kiss him. But yeah, which Issei just kissed him anyway. He didn't really care. But yeah, this is where, well, Issei kind of just had somewhat of a fun day. This is where, well, we go into a time skip later. But yeah, Issei kind of just went back home. Well, he was going home, but then noticed that the 5 girls really didn't have anywhere to go. So of course just told them to go back home with him. This is where, well, Anise made a perverted joke saying, so, are you going to take us back home and then, I don't know, do something to us? That's where Issei swears up and says, no, Irina knows about my family anyway. This is where, well, mostly Anise kind of just says, okay. I mean, if you wanted it, you would have a perfect chance to take, well, 5 nuns, delicious, well, mostly, Issei swears up and says, Anise, I wasn't expecting you to be the most perverted girl out of all, well, mostly 5 of you girls. Jesus Christ, calm down. This is where, well, we'll see. She chuckles and says, meh. I don't want to calm down. This is where, well, Issei swears up and says, whatever. But of course, they get to the house, and this is where, when Issei kind of walks in, he sees his parents, and again, the red-haired bitch. Issei says, what the fuck are you doing here, Rias? Didn't I tell you last time to get the fuck out of my house? This is where he notices his parents again being with the hypnosis magic. This is where Issei kind of glares at this, and this is where he activates, well, someone else's darkness blade to cut them again, but near the shoulder, knocking them out after a while. This is where Rias says, what are you doing? This is where Issei has his sword right now towards Rias' neck. Didn't know how many fucking times I told you, red-haired bitch. Get the fuck out my house now. This is where, well, Rias noticed the exorcist and says, Issei, why is there exorcist here? What the fuck do you think they're here for? My family knew about them a while ago. Well, not entirely their exorcist status, but entirely they know about my childhood friend. I don't know about you, but get the fuck out of my fucking house. I don't know about you, but you're not a childhood friend. You're also not my girlfriend. And also, fuck off and hypnotize my family. Do it one more fucking time, I'm shoving this blade down your fucking throat. Issei right now has a darkness blade straight towards her neck. This is where, well, she kind of cries a little bit and just said, fine. This is where, well, she kind of uses her magic circle to teleport, but yeah. Issei swears up to say, sorry about that. This is where, well, mostly the 5 girls actually fall in love a little bit more, because Issei seems to really protect his family, even if he cuts him. Issei says, also, if you're wondering if my family's okay, I just used this darkness blade to kind of cut them, so nullifying that, well, magic of hypnosis. I hate devils when they try to do shit like that. This is where, well, they are kind of flustered with mostly Issei hating devils also. He seems to be not really a fan with the exorcist, but still not a fan with the devils. This is where, well, mostly Issei kind of just smiles and says, well, you girls might be tired. You girls should kind of go in the spare room we have, I think so. Also, I'm going to pick up my parents just to kind of get them to bed, but yeah. Issei puts down a bandage on top of their shoulders so they can be fine. And Issei kind of just goes upstairs, but yeah, puts his parents on the bed, and this is where he goes into his room. Instead of finding his room right now empty, he sees 5 girls, all of them kind of undressing themselves. Issei says, didn't I tell you that the spare room was... Oh, this is where... Well, Irina says, shut up, Issei. This is where Issei was surprised of Irina's kind of, like, a very, very strict attitude. This is not the same Irina he ever knew. This is where Issei says, hey, Irina-chan, can you tell me one thing about you? What the fuck? Why are you getting so damn serious? This is where Irina kind of just drops her kind of bra and says, easy. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, easy? What the hell are you talking about? We want you entirely. This is where, well, mostly Issei says, what do you mean? This is where Anise just sighs and just kind of grabs Issei from the arm and says, what she means is that she wants to. This is where whisper in mostly Issei's ear. Issei was shocked and said, but the purity of a, what's it called, exorcist, doesn't that thing exist or what? Well, it does, but for only angels, incarnate angels. Us, we're not incarnation angels at all. But yeah, but we would like to kind of lose it to someone like you. He says, sighs and says, fine, if you like it a little rough, I guess I'm gonna take all 5 of you then. This is where, well, they blush, and of course, we go into the time skip the next day. Issei tries to get up, but of course, he feels like 5 relinquished kind of chests right on top of him, which is entirely true, but yeah. But of course, his father opens the door and says, okay, Issei, you're gonna have to go to school. Never mind, Issei's dad right now closes the door and just walks away. Issei sweats and says, really, Dad? Really? Oh, for fuck's sakes. But for right now, I'm gonna leave it off here for mostly part 5 of this. What if? Other than that, bye soon. Yeah? Is it part 5? Wait. Yeah, part 5. Wait. Yeah, part 5. Other than that, bye soon. Yeah.